thank you, Teresa, for meeting with me and sharing your knowledge and being so gracious and being so willing to like help out and give back to everybody. I gotta say that was a really cool post that I wasn't really prepared for, and I didn't. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm just out there now. You definitely have that power to you, where just I don't know what it is, but even just after that 10 minutes, I definitely felt a lot, a lot of comfort. I felt a lot better, and I felt that, you were the type of people to help a lot of individuals for sure. Um,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. So thank you for that, and thank you for the very kind words as well. That really means a lot to me, and so thank you. But
You're welcome.
so let's start off by saying this. So Teresa is one of the heavy hitters on our team, and she's one of the more productive agents that we have, if not the most productive agent. She is very familiar with a leaderboard when it comes to the month-to-month basis. I see her name and her picture there all the time. So I just wanted to sit down with her, kind of pick her brain and dissect a little bit further, get into a little bit more detail of what she's doing on a daily basis that a lot of the normal agents aren't, and seeing what exactly her day-to-day basis, what her day-to-day routines are that's making her generate this amount of business on the back end. So hopefully at the very best, we have a couple agents that find some value in this video, a couple agents on our team or a couple agents out there, and we help them out. So that's our goal here for today. So with all due respect, Teresa, can you give me just a quick little rundown of yourself and your business and just you as a person?
Sure. Um, my name is Teresa Steinburg. I have been in real estate and coming up, end of July will be 3 years that I've been licensed. I got into production late September of 2020.
Mhm.
November will be 2 years with Premiere Group. I'm a mom of three adult sons. I am the surrogate mom of at least 13 that have lived with me off and on throughout their teenage years.
Oh, wow.
Um, I live in the same town that I was born in, that I've lived here 54 or 55 years. My parents lived here, my dad all of his life, my mom all but 10 years. Um, but this is the thing. Some people will say, oh, well, you're in your town and you know everybody. So, of course, you had this wrapped around your finger when you started. Nobody was going to think of me as a realtor. They were going to think of me um, as a lot of different things. I've worn different hats, most of them in the customer service industry. Um, but nobody was going to think of me as a realtor. I didn't think of me as a realtor. So I had to get into people's heads. And it started naturally by some things that I was doing. And then I figured out quite quickly that this was working and came up with some out of the box things to get the seeds planted deeper and quicker. Um, well, for example, right now, I don't know if you can see, but I'm sitting outside of our local Eagles because in a little bit is my Tuesday night charity.
Okay.
Um, so when I started, I I just got sick of sitting in this office all by myself. It was the middle of COVID. And
Hmm.
I took my laptop down to the local dive bar and I was having some lunch and looking through the MLS at houses. And someone was like, what are you doing with your laptop in here? And why are you looking at houses? Oh, I'm a realtor. Well, I came back the next day, did the same thing. And it didn't take long for someone in there to be like, oh, I needed a realtor. I wasn't sure who to call. Hey, you want to sell this property? Well, yes, I do. And the first transaction was actually my son's. Um, and then was the bar owner, vacant
Wow.
hunting property. And those were both within my first few days of being unleashed to get into production. So then on closing day, came into Sherwood's Cove, that I now call my satellite office.
Hmm.
Went in and bought everyone at the bar a shot of apple pie, which is their signature shot. Nothing says home like apple pie.
Right.
And when I'm happy, I want everybody to be happy. So I bought everybody there a shot of apple pie, and we toasted to, when you think of real estate, think of me.
Wow.
So the next closing did the same thing. The next closing did the same thing. Now I see people in the store, and it might be somebody that I didn't actually know, and they're coming up happy, saying hi. Well, why do they know me? Oh, because I bought them a shot. Why did I buy them a shot? Because I closed on real estate. Wow, if I bought them shots this many times, I must be really good at real estate. So, or when I would see someone at the bank or the store or the gas station, and once upon a time when someone said, "Hey, Teresa, how are you?" I always deflected about me, and I would just immediately go into, "Well, how are you today?" and skip myself. I changed my mindset, and I purposely did this. I practiced a script with it. So,
Mhm.
hey, how are you? I am just fantastic. Since I got into real estate with eXp, blah, 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 blah. And you go into the script, and then you ask, and how's your wife? And boy, that kid's getting ready to graduate, aren't they? You
Mhm.
gonna be empty nesters soon? Maybe we should show you something a little smaller. I
Wow.
mean, it just naturally flows in. But at the end of the conversation, it's been so nice talking to you. And when you think of real estate, think of me. Kind of cheesy, but it's stuck.
Yeah.
And there's some people now that they'll say that to me when they see me. When I think of real estate, I think of you, you know. But it really works. I planted the
Yeah.
seeds, but here's the thing, I continually fertilize those seeds. Like this 100K in a 100-day challenge, my points are crazy high because I continually pour into my clients.
Mm.
Um, I break bread with clients several times a week.
Oh, wow.
Um, I don't advertise on Zillow. I don't. I I know Andy thinks cold calling is a good thing, and probably a lot of other people do. I don't do it, and I hope I never have to. I don't door knock. I pour into my people, and my people naturally pour back into me.
Okay.
Um, and a lot of them are friends because the one referred me to another, who referred me to another. So on a regular basis, there may be 5 or 6 couples and myself, and we're all breaking bread together.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so it's it's a lot better for my time that I can have dinner with all of them,
Mm.
or lunch or coffee. Um, I've had a couple clients that I've had quite a few. I go to their house, like they cook dinner for me. I go to their kids' birthday parties and weddings. When uh, one couple moved from Ohio, they don't know anybody else really here. They just love this area. And um, When her husband was diagnosed with cancer, I took her to his appointments. You know, he was actually in the hospital, so I would take her. When he was on life support and I was out of town, I made sure, and this kind of chokes me up, but this is the kind of pouring in, you know. I called my sons, and one of them went to pick up their daughter to get him to the hospital in Kalamazoo, or to get her to the hospital in Kalamazoo so she could be with her dad during those last hours.
Wow.
I I helped write his obituary. Now, Amy is um at the house, and she's never mowed a lawn before. So my sons taught her how to run the lawnmower. The lawnmower she has, one of my friends from the Eagles, I called and said, "Hey, I'm out of town. Do you know anything about this lawnmowers? And do you have a trailer you could take? You could meet Amy and take her to pick up this lawnmower." Well, now, and they did all that stuff. Now Amy
Wow.
also has joined the Eagles, and she's helping with charity events.
Wow.
So a lot of the stuff I do doesn't, it's not your typical real estate stuff,
Hmm.
but I'm on the top of their mind. They're on the top of my mind. And when something comes up in their family or a neighbor, or maybe with them again, who's the first person they're going to call? Me.
Right. So now, that being said, Teresa, obviously you do really well with holding on to, or keeping in contact with everybody, and using KV Core is like, I use KV Core quite a bit, but is that something that you're utilizing in order to kind of stay in front of people, or?
I'm laughing because the challenge that we're
Yeah.
doing is forcing me to uh, dig deeper into the things that I'm afraid of. And if I don't understand something, then sometimes I get a little afraid of it.
Yep.
And KV Core is one of those. I paid to have KV Core set up because I couldn't figure it out. I've paid for lessons on KV Core, and it's still, there was still a roadblock somewhere. So I have, until this challenge, only been using KV Core to boost a property.
Oh, nice.
Um, no, not really,
Well,
because I get a referral and people refer me stuff in KV Core, you know,
yep.
and that's great. But then I have to take it out. Well, I copy it down on paper, and I've got
Oh,
chalkboards and noteboards all over my house, and notebooks in my car everywhere. KV Core is much more efficient, but I chose to dig my head in the sand. So this challenge is forcing me to use it more, which is a really good thing.
yeah.
Think for the people that understand it. Oh, KV Core, it's going to make my life so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's a great thing. I just wanted to make sure to reiterate that my answer of nope, it's not because of KV Core is only because I haven't given KV Core the fair shake it deserves
So,
until this point.
right. So that's actually some really good information. Now, um, looking at like your entire business and everything. Now, what are you doing, or how are you staying in touch with all these different people? Is it just because you think of them like one day and you're like, oh wow, Veronica, I gotta call her, or this person, I gotta call them. I haven't touched base with them in a while.
So I suggest to everyone that you pick an organization, like a fraternal organization,
Mhm.
whether it be the Elks or the Eagles or the Moose or the JCs or the Chamber of Commerce or the Lions Club. Pick one of them. I would love it if you did one that's charitable, but
Mhm.
it's about you, not me. Um, Pick one of those clubs and get involved in it. Uh, Join a board, join a join a committee,
Okay.
Just try it. Go to one of those clubs and try volunteering on one committee or a homeless shelter or whatever it is. And the more you get involved there, the more of those people that you are naturally going to get connected with. Um, probably probably a high 80% of my local business in Allegan comes from Sherwood's Cove, my satellite office, or the Eagles.
Ah,
The more you're involved in those things. And so, like all of these couples I talk about, they trusted me to sell their house because they got to know me through a charity drive here at the Eagles. And they trusted me. Once they trusted me with that one, two more couples trusted me with theirs. They trusted me to sell their house, to buy their next house, to
wow.
buy investment property,
Wow.
referred me to their son who bought an investment property, decided he didn't want to be a landlord, and then sold the same one with me, and then referred me to their mother-in-law. That was all within about a year's time.
Wow.
They referred me to another person at the Eagles who was working with a different realtor. No, 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 no. You won't believe what she did with us. And when she showed up with her car full of this staging stuff and warned us that she was going to rearrange a few things, but we had no idea what was going on picture day until we saw her in action. She spent the whole day before picture. Now they had a cleaning lady, so it's not like it was dirty, but we can go over that stuff another day.
Right.
So they referred me to this couple. So this couple, I was selling their mother-in-law's house who was going into assisted living.
Okay.
They weren't even thinking of moving yet. But when they saw how well that this worked, and I made it as stress-free as possible and got them a lot more money than they had expected, they decided to downsize and move to Grand Rapids. They ended up using their old realtor for the condo, and I was fine with that. I actually helped him with their trust information and helped guide him on some few things
Mhm.
because it's about what's best for them, not me. It's
Right.
all about them. Well, I sold the house they were living in. So I got two from there. And then those two couples talked to another couple, and I did a house for them. So it just keeps going. That's just
Yeah.
the Eagles, and that's just last year.
Wow. That's incredible. So it sounds like a lot of it is referral based, just from being out there active into the community and just being able to, like you call it, pour into other people inside the community and they'll pour into you. That Eagles,
Yeah,
the Eagles Club, for people that don't know, it's the same thing as like you said, Elks, or like what was the other one? A Moose Club, or
yeah. It's a fraternal organization. The motto of the Fraternal Order of Eagles is people helping people.
people helping people. Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of local and uh, state and throughout the country charity.
Okay. Cool. Now,
Yeah,
um, so that's really cool. So now what I wanted to ask you is we kind of talked about it a little bit already, but when it comes to this challenge, so for those of you that don't know or that don't aren't familiar with this challenge, at the Premiere Group, we're doing 100,000 in 100 days challenge. Teresa's like by far on the top of that scoreboard there. She's like blowing me out of the water and a lot of other people. But one of the things that I wanted to say is the way that the challenge is set up, you get different points for different activities, different income producing activities. So for instance, I have it right here in front of me. You post a YouTube video, you can only do two per week to collect points on, even though you could do three, four, five, whatever. But you get 15 points per YouTube video, and then TikToks and stuff like that. And then they have attend networking event, and then host past client or business to business event. So the next question I have for you is based on the way that the scorecard works and everything, what are you doing that's making you get so many points? Like if you were to say, okay, these are the 2 or 3 different things that I'm doing that I know a lot of other people aren't doing, and this is the reason why I have, over 3,000 points.
Um, it's pouring into others again. It's
Mhm.
charity. It is gift giving. Um, and I did these things before this challenge, so they come natural. I'm
Mhm.
excited about this challenge because for people that it's not natural to, it will be by the time 90 days is up.
Right.
So gift giving, random acts of kindness, um, those are two of my biggest scores. Those are 5 points a piece.
Mhm.
Um, I'll give you an example of one day I was having a really bad day, just because some days we just do. And instead of feeling sad, I got in my car and I went to Dollar General and I filled my cart up with cereal because the Eagles was having they had partnered with the Allegan County Food Pantry and we're having a cereal drive. So I
Okay.
filled my cart up with cereal. I don't know, it was like $48, $52, something. And loaded the car up with the cereal and dropped it off at the Eagles for the food pantry. And my whole day got better.
Yeah.
My whole entire day got better because instead of concentrating on myself, I did something good for somebody else. Right. So now in this challenge, you can get points for that. Charity events, that's a big one, and networking. And so it happens to be the things that I love the most are some of the bigger point items. I also, um, I have boxes and boxes of cards that I've purchased because I'm always going to get better at handwriting and sending cards.
Mhm.
Dave Keener's wife, Christy, is a great card sender. I used to not be. Well, when I'm doing my gratitude journal, and when I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking about all of the things that I'm so grateful for, and I think of the people. Well, now it started out forcing, and now I look forward to it, handwriting a minimum of 5 cards. And then I stamp them with my hordes of forever stamps in my desk drawer and take them out to my mailbox. I don't let them sit on your desk. You got to take them to the mailbox immediately,
Okay.
or they'll collect dust. So
I know that.
that's the stuff I'm doing. Now I'm also sending texts to people randomly. We don't get points for that, but that just when you make somebody else feel good, you feel good.
Right.
And the better you feel, the more productive you are. You just naturally are.
Right. I like that. Now, so back to the food pantry thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So can I and this is something that I think is the intention of uh this entire challenge. It's to kind of not just get you out of your comfort zone, but like you said, the bigger ticket of the items are pouring into people. So that's kind of like it sounds like that's the formula for being such a successful business person or being a successful agent or just in general is it's not so much about you and your business, but it's about what are you doing for the community? What are you doing so much for other people that just in general, they're so happy with what you have and what you provide that they want to be able to refer you business. So I think that's kind of like the whole mentality and the mindset there and is just, you know, because when I take a step back and everything and I look at my day-to-day business and I compare it to like what this thing had, I didn't know that there were certain things on that list that I wasn't doing. I thought I was okay. I'm doing business generating activities every single day for about an hour. And then I went through this list and I was like, what I was doing wasn't nearly enough. And I need to do more. And I got to find out different ways to do more and how to schedule that in my day. So after speaking with you about everything that you kind of have going on, I looked at the journal and I was like, wow, she's exactly right. The bigger ticketed items, the charitable events, the ones all the way down at the bottom, the referrals, referral agent conversation, pop buys, attending networking events, referrals given, host past client business to business events, hosting events for other people. Like those are the larger ticketed items. And you're doing that, like you said, on just on a day-to-day basis anyways. And it just so happens to be that's what you
Right.
get the most for in the challenge. And that
You
is
know
so
why I
cool.
think, you know why I think they're scored that way with their points
Mhm.
is because they make a bigger, longer lasting impact.
Right.
And who do people do business with? Someone they know, like, and trust. Now, and again, it sounds like I'm dogging on cold calling, but they know you're right then. You're going to have to do a whole lot more follow up with them to make the bigger impact.
Right.
And, it's good to get in front of you. It's kind of like quick start seeds, or when you plant and you fertilize and you water and the really good blooms come later. So it's for the stuff that I do. There's not always immediate results.
Mhm.
The best ones are long term.
Right.
You got to keep
Absolutely.
fertilizing.
Now, how much, if you don't mind me asking, so with that specific like charitable donation that you did with the cereal and everything, do you know like how many points that generated, just that one activity alone?
Well, that particular one, that was a day or two before our challenge started, so
Oh,
I didn't score it. That's just stuff I do.
oh, okay.
So the day that I had taken um hamburgers and chicken sandwiches, bought a bunch of them, and drove into Kalamazoo, into an area where there's usually people hungry, with signs, or near the mission. That day, and I asked Andy
Wow.
about, like, how would this score, So on that particular day, instead of it being 5 points for the bags and bags of cheeseburgers and chicken sandwiches, like, one guy got two, well, that was a random act. Um, One was a whole family. That was one random act. One lady got one. She also ended up, I ended up also giving her um the shampoo and lotion I had just bought that were in my car. Um, that was one, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so that's how I would score it. If
Okay.
if that grocery cart full of cereal were during the challenge, I would have scored it as one, because
Okay.
I took it to one spot.
Okay.
Even though it was several boxes, I would have scored it as one.
Gotcha. Okay.
You would have to ask Andy for sure, but that's how I would do it.
Yeah. I mean that, okay, that makes sense. So then how are you getting like from doing those random acts and everything? So do you have a VA that's helping you in the back end or anything like
Now,
that?
yeah,
No?
I'm gonna, though,
Yeah.
after talking with Jessica today.
Yeah, I was I know, I was just gonna say that. She threw that out there that she has three VAs and she's got a VA business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's incredible. I definitely want to hear more about her business and stuff and just kind of associated with that and everything too. But so you don't even have like you don't even have a VA working for you or anything. It's literally just all you.
Correct.
Wow.
And there's this challenge is teaching me some smarter ways of doing things so that I'm not all exhausted, because I'll go for several days and then I crash and burn for a day or two.
Yeah.
But even on my crash and burn days, I may not be leaving the house, but I'm on social media. I don't sleep real well. So in the middle of the night, I'm clicking and commenting and engaging. It's nothing uncommon for people. Always tell my clients, if you have your notifications on for your emails, I need to know, because I may be emailing you at 4 a.m. when I can't sleep. So, and with this challenge, I've been very scared of video.
Okay.
This challenge has has forced me to understand more so the importance of it. So I have been doing little video emails,
Nice.
not just to clients though. I also do them to my title people of, I just want to tell you what a great closing that was the other day, or to one of my inspectors that, hey, I just want to touch base with you, let you know that my business shifted where I have more listers than buyers. So I didn't want you to think that I wasn't using you because I'm no longer one of your biggest fans. It's just because there hasn't been a lot of buyers, and the buyers I have haven't been under contract. But want to know how you are, how's your wife, how's the kids. I don't make it real long, but
Mhm.
so I'm sending those, and those are getting a
Wow.
huge response, which this brings me back to something else.
Yep.
So our title companies, how many people take a gift to them?
Not too
I
many
don't
people.
think a whole lot do.
No.
But last year I did 30 transactions, and most of them are with Chicago Title. And so I took Chicago Title. I actually ordered pizza for the office one day.
Nice.
I didn't tell all of them. I just talked to my rep to make sure, one, how many people were there, if there was any food allergies. And Blaze Pizza, this wood-fired pizza place, showed up with pizza for everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a little bit pricey, but I mean it was a very small thank you for all that they do for me. I seem to get the tough one, like the really tough clients, and they help me with it. And I really think that the better you treat people, the more responsive they are to you.
Right.
And if there's 10 emails that come through at about the same time, I'm pretty sure that mine are on the top of list of who gets answered first. That's not why I do it, but it does seem to be working out that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
The better you treat people, the better they're going to treat you.
Absolutely. So they're going to be there for you no matter what, just because of the fact that, you've number one, you're such a great person, but number two, you like,
Not always.
huh?
I said not always.
Not always.
I'm
Well,
human.
well, you are pouring back into them, back to, what you were saying before and what you were preaching before. So I just wanted to say, again, thank you very much for that. And thank you for giving me all this information as well as everybody else. Is there anything else, I guess, specifically that you kind of want to share with people that are going through this challenge or that are looking to generate more business or that are looking for different ideas and different help?
Yeah. So there's a resource that I am glad that you tapped into. And I try to tap into it. and some people do, but our greatest resource on our team is each other.
Yeah.
And we need to tap into each other and keep lifting each other up more. Like there are so many talents in all kinds of different areas in our team. This is just some of my talent, but you've got phenomenal talents. Oh, have you seen Kelvin's video stuff? I mean, we're diversified, but we are so talented in so many things, and that diversification is a really great resource. It's a gold mine to all of us. So that's my best advice. And when you have those days that you are just tired, it's okay. I get tired too. We all get tired. If you're having a day that, I'm pretty sure you scored at least 1 point, because I'm pretty sure that you put at least one heart on somebody's, or I guess that would be 10 hearts or 10 likes or 10 laughy faces.
Yep.
Get yourself at least 1 point that day and score it. Be accountable to yourself. Don't be crippled by the things that you're afraid of.
Mm.
And that's what I'm challenging myself with as well.
Awesome.
This challenge is for the long haul. And it might be 100K in 100 days, but it's going to be amazing to see next year the people that were all in on this challenge, just what their life and their business looks like next year.
Right. I just got the chills. I just got the chills thinking about it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to John for inviting Andy. And Andy, he's all in for us too. All you have to do is email him, message him.
Quick.
He's all in for all of us. And for Dave, I just got to thank everybody.
Yeah, putting this out there in front of us, like, I think the reason John chose Andy and his like this mission or this competition was because he saw that there was so much value in it. He saw the tracking, and he was like, this is something incredible, this is something new, this is something totally different, and this is going to blow the pants off of anybody's business if they lean into it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why John chose this and everything, and or why John had a conversation with Andy, and Dave chose it and everything. So yes, definitely. Thank you guys for doing that for us. And obviously Dave's mission, Dave Keener, our CEO of the company, his mission goes so far beyond just having a real estate brokerage or real estate company or whatever. It goes so far beyond that. He wants to build this thing as, such an agent centric model that it's truly, the people that are pouring into the community, the people that are pouring back into Premiere Group, back into eXp, helping us grow. Those are the people that you're going to see on top of the leaderboards, and those are the people that you're going to see that are going to be most successful. So it's an incredible business model. And there's so much giving involved, and nobody else is doing what he's doing, which, obviously that makes us, or that makes me, and you too, probably, Teresa, that makes me
Absolutely.
be really happy, really comfortable. And then it makes us want to give it back even further down the road as well to other agents. So, thank you again, Dave Keener, for for putting everything together, and for giving us so much, because that is incredible. So, all right. Well, that being said, I think we're gonna have to cut it. I got another meeting that I got to get ready for.
Enjoy.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Teresa. It was great meeting you, because I actually didn't meet you until this 100 day challenge. I knew of you. We probably
Right.
chatted on the monthly team meeting or something, but this was if it weren't for this, I wouldn't have reached out to you as well. So at the
It
very
is
least,
that just great. Like I said, you know, yes, I feel so gifted for that as well, my friend.
absolutely. So, all right. Well, thank
Right.
you very much. And have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.